With the 2025 NFL Draft being exceptionally deep at wide receiver, let's take a look at one of the more underrated options, Jimmy Horn Jr., wide receiver out of Colorado.
Young fan, play the beat.
Jimmy has been a consistent receiver throughout his entire college career, getting his start with the South Florida Bulls. In 2 years with the Bulls, he recorded 67 receptions for 959 yards and 4 touchdowns. While that may not sound like great production, Jimmy was best known for his electric return ability.
Of the companies that I work for.
Jimmy Horn Jr. on the return for USF, cutting it back. Horn, one of the fastest players on the team. The field has opened up. Hit the horn for Jimmy Horn Jr.
Having 16 returns for 323 yards and a touchdown, which got him selected as first-team All-ACC as a kick returner. But Jimmy would deal with substantial personal issues, with his father being incarcerated for drug-related issues since 2021. This would cause Jimmy to enter the transfer portal and transfer to Colorado to be closer to his father. I hate bringing up personal issues with players, as it's not my place, but it's hard to tell Jimmy's college story without it.
Like, we got a whole bunch of wide receiver ones on one team, and, like, we all come from programs where we was, like, the wide receiver ones there. But, like, we all understand, like, we all here, we trying to win. Like, that's our main goal, so.
In 2 years with the Buffaloes, he recorded 95 receptions for 1,008 yards and 7 touchdowns, along with 17 returns for 393 yards. He'd take his consistent production and would declare for the 2025 NFL Draft and receive an invite to the NFL Combine.
Who's the best wide receiver on Colorado, Jimmy?
The best wide receiver on Colorado, even though we got great receivers, we got a Heisman candidate. So, man, I'm the best receiver, Okay. It's just the confidence in myself. Like, I know I'm really that on the field, so.
Jimmy's biggest strength, as mentioned earlier, is his amazing return ability. He constantly flashes his great vision and elusiveness on his returns that allows him to create open space between himself and other defenders. But don't worry, Jimmy is quite serviceable at receiver as well. He has a very good game speed that allows him to open up over the top of defenders, using his great route tree to get open and his twitchy movements to leave defenders stunned. He's also been able to show off his good start-stop ability and quick change of direction ability that allows him to take advantage of less athletic corners and linebackers and can make him dangerous with the ball in his hands. Jimmy also has a great ability to find soft spots in the coverage, getting himself open for his QB to make quick and safe throws, which points to him being a good safety blanket at the next level. While he doesn't do it much, Jimmy also flashes deep threat potential, utilizing his speed to get past defenders and is able to track deep balls quite efficiently. He's able to position his body well to make great over-the-shoulder catches that keep him head and shoulders above some receivers. Unfortunately, size is not on Jimmy's side, with him standing at 5'8", 174 pounds. His below-average frame could mean that he isn't meant to be an outside receiver, which renders him purely as a slot receiver or gadget player in the NFL. His size also hurts him against man coverage, as he may just not have the mass to get past more physical corners at the next level. Possibly because of his size, Jimmy can be susceptible to jams while in his route, which can disrupt his route and cause him to get knocked off his path. He also isn't a great contested catch receiver, pointing to another issue with his size, lacking the necessary strength to be able to make strong catches. Getting away from Jimmy's size for a moment, he also struggles with his hand strength when covered, which could be classified as concentration drops, seemingly bracing for a hit before finishing the catch. And while he was coached by Deion Sanders, who preaches effort over everything, he tends to lose that effort if a play isn't designed for him, running at half speed on decoys instead of selling the decoy entirely. With how deep this receiver class is, some of these guys have to be able to stand out from the pack to have hopes of getting drafted. In my opinion, Jimmy does that with his amazing return ability. Unfortunately, that may be all an NFL team may see in Jimmy, a great returner with less than stellar wide receiver traits. He also didn't help himself with a middling combine performance, which I really think he needed to solidify his draft stock. However, I do think that if Jimmy can bulk up a bit, he could end up being like a Kevontae Turpin in the NFL, a gadget player on offense with great return ability, something that could carve out a nice career in the NFL. With all that being said, I have to grade based on what I see right now. And right now, I see Jimmy as a 7th round pick and possibly being undrafted. However, it's not always a bad thing, as I think whatever path is chosen for Jimmy, he'll be able to take that challenge head on.